As growers continue to go through this winter and just really trying to finish up things, in a lot of cases, certainly parts of our area still has corn in the field, but in a lot of cases, guys are starting to finish up. And as we've had conversations with growers through the fall, many growers are out in fields in less than ideal conditions, but quite honestly didn't have a choice. And so growers looked at a lot of different things, looked at different type of flotation tires. In some instances, went to tracks just to be able to hold themselves up as they were removing this crop from the field, just knowing that the window was shortening, plant health was starting to deteriorate in some situations, and it was just time to get that crop out of the field, because in most cases it was a very good crop. So as we look back, that's kind of what we see. Now let's think about what we look when we start to look forward. So many growers have changed their focus from what the fall was like to what the conditions are going to be like into the spring of 2019. And we certainly know there's a lot of concern about the workload that we're going to carry. In many situations, tillage did not get done. Maybe a nitrogen source did not get laid down. Up north in some of our territory, we know that we're struggling in some situations to get manure out of the pits and on these fields that we traditionally would do in the fall. So as we look at next year, we're going to have a big load in the spring. And what is really our goal? Our goal is to produce the best crop that we can possibly produce. That's getting up 34,000 plants if we plant 34,000. It's the goal of getting 720 kernels per ear, 640 kernels per ear to be able to drive those yields in the mid 200s or even higher as we start to plant for 2019. So as we start thinking about compaction in these fields, Mother Nature is going to determine how easy it's going to be for us to be able to do that. The key will be the planter pass. And the planter pass is getting the seed into the ground and be able to get the root system out so that we can bring up nutrients and water to be able to produce an ear again. And so that planter is going to be crucially important. It may have to work harder than it's ever worked before in some of these fields where we weren't able to do the tillage that we've typically done ahead of the planter pass. In other situations, we're going to start thinking about rotation. And even though we planned on going to corn, which is more of a grass fibrous type root system, some may have to go back into go to a rotation of soybeans instead of corn on corn, just to be able to have that tap, more broadleaf type root to drive through some of these fields. More things to think about is just what are we going to do if we go corn on corn and we till these stalks in and we drop that high carbon load in the ground early in the spring, and what kind of effect is that going to have on early seedling health and the possibility of that corn having a bad day. So just a lot of things to think about. Certainly as you guys work through this, we at AgriVision Equipment want to be a part of that. And if there's anything that we can help you with, we'd certainly appreciate you giving us a call and letting us be a part of your team.